Live to tape from the Bellagio Cinema in Tampa, Florida, this is Nerd Wars. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nerd Wars here at the Bellagio Cinema, and we have some awesome fights for you and 6 awesome people who are going to bring you the heat. Today, we're going to be discussing what mutant power would you pass upon your children? Also, what comic should HBO adapt next? That's right, The Watchmen just started production, so what should they get? And they're amping up a lot of production at HBO. They want to try and beat Netflix, so what comic book should they do next? And our title fight, who should Princess Peach end up with? Bowser or Mario? This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's meet our 2 teams. The way this show works is we have 2 teams of 3 people, 3 nerds who will war it out for your pleasure. First up, we're going to meet the team to my left, the ambiguously straight trio. Hey, guys. Yeah. Woo! Hey. Now, first up, I'm going to introduce the new player here. It's Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
Hi, Andy.
Are you nervous tonight?
No.
Have you watched the show?
I have.
Good. You prepped.
I did.
All right. And next to you, you have 2 competitors who both have become regulars of the show. Let's meet your 2. Before we go, give us something interesting. What should people know about you? I'm putting you on the spot. Oh. They're going to either like you or not like you based on what you say next.
I am a former treasure hunter and just about started a cryptological investigative society.
Wow, fascinating.
Paperwork sucked, though, so I gave up.
All right. Well,
hey,
treasure hunter.
Sexy.
Yeah, it's a treasure hunter, and then I got confused. But no, I'm excited. Thank you for Kyle. You're going to be up, but first, let's bring in Adon. Hello, Adon, up to the mic. Welcome back, the undefeated team player, Adon. You've lost some fights, but you haven't lost the overall game, correct?
This is true. I've lost battles, but as I said before, I haven't lost wars. I am like a living Lucky Rabbit's foot.
You win when it counts at the very
absolutely.
end. Your teammates help assist it. All right, well, we'll see if you stay undefeated. But before we do that, let's meet Gil again. Hey, Gil.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Thanks for getting these mic stands.
Oh, no problem.
That was so polite and nice of you. Gil's a good guy. He tries to be a troll, but he's a teddy bear inside. I'm going to call you out.
Yeah. I'll pay you later for it, don't worry.
No, but he is a troll too. It's great. I love the teddy bear trolls are the best. But awesome. So ambiguously straight trio. You guys are going to bring it?
Yeah, figuratively and physically.
All right, great. And we're all learning our mic work. I know you guys in the comments, but we're learning. These new mics will help us. All right, awesome. Let's meet who you're going to be beating. It is 2 girls and 1 Peter. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Welcome back, Danny.
Hi.
Hey, Danny. How you been?
I've been good.
Tell us something. How do they get to know you? What's something that the audience doesn't know about you yet?
I'm pretty much an open book. I think they kind of can read me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are they reading right now?
Well, right now I'm super nervous.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all right. Don't tell them that. You're just staring. You've been calling him a machine.
Yeah, no, supercomputer, hands down.
He's giving the best poker face.
Terrifying.
That's good. I love it. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. You guys will be up first, but let's meet the fellow teammates. Behind you, his first fight. Peter, welcome to the show. How's it going, man?
What's going on?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming.
This is amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, you and Kyle we're nerd trivia experts. I remember we did a nerd brew event where what's your trivia name? You guys are competing today, but together.
Oh, we were black and tan. I was black, and then Langston was tan. So
I get to guest in, and I helped with like one question, but you guys were way smarter. But yeah, so give us something else the audience should learn about you.
I don't know. I do a semi-weekly movie podcast that we don't talk about movies at all. So it's probably terrible. So
do you call it the movie podcast where we don't talk about movies?
The Amateur Movie Critics Podcast.
I was close.
Yeah, it's close enough.
We'll check it out. We'll put the link in the description. Awesome. Welcome to the show. And let's meet your final team member. Oh, the wonderful Lynn. Welcome back, Lynn. I love the hat. I wonder if that means you'll be fighting the special round today.
Who knows?
I can only assume. How are you doing?
I'm pretty all right, and I'm ready to take down Adon.
Oh, it's going to be a good... You two bring it.
Undefeated. Who defeated you before, huh?
Well, Lynn, tell us something the audience may not know about you.
All right, for one, I'm narcoleptic. And for another, I'm totally going to take Adon down. Oh, yeah, it's coming. I'm ready. You better be as well.
Oh, I am definitely prepared, and I have some payback with you, so you might be knocked out.
Well, she's beaten you, but you've beaten the game.
And admittedly,
so there's a
the
definite
Event
rivalry.
Horizon should have totally won. Oh, but
Thank you.
it didn't.
It didn't. It's all about the arguments here on Nerd Wars, and we're going to have some today. Let's do it. I'm excited to do this. First up is round 1. Which mutant power would you want to pass down to your kids? That's right. If you could only pick one mutant's power, which one would be the one you'd give your child? Kyle, what mutant's power would you pass down?
I would pass down Blink's power from the X-Men.
Ooh, the power of
portals.
All right, we will hear more about this. Danny, what mutant's power are you passing along?
I'm stealing Wolverine's healing ability.
Ooh, healing versus portal. Ooh, practicality. I won't say any more. This will be interesting. All right, fight it out, guys.
All right. Portals. You get into any situation you want to. You get out of any situation you want to. I have twin girls. They can flip out anytime they want. It's Tia and Tamara dialed up to 11. Yeah, I like that one. Some Timmy from down the street gets a little handsy. All of a sudden, he's in the lake 3 miles down the road.
So you just you're pouring them out as a dad wherever you want. Okay. Danny, what are you picking?
Well, I'm picking healing because obviously I want my child to be able. As a parent, I wouldn't want to worry about my child as much, and I know that if it gets hit by a car or something, I know it's gonna be okay because it's gonna heal. It's gonna get right back up and just take it like a man.
All right, so we're healing and we're pouring
Even
out.
if it's a girl, she's gonna take it like a man.
All right, let's hear. I mean, you don't have to argue on the appeal of these two things. They're both awesome powers. I want to hear why the other power is less important for the child. Let's hear that.
Well, for one, as a parent, I want to be able to discipline my child. And if my child knows portals, I'm not going to want them to portal their way out of the punishment. If they're coming home late from curfew, I'd be really mad, especially if it had portals, because you have no excuse. What are you doing? Stuck in traffic?
That's a selling point, though.
As a parent,
Officer, they get walked off to the little drunk tank, and they're home instantly. It's
That's
like
if
they leave the party at 11, they get home at 11:01.
Yeah, I see a lack of discipline in portals. You can't really discipline your child if it can go wherever it wants.
What are the
whenever
lacks
it
you
wants.
see about the healing factor? What's a negative there, Kyle?
It doesn't help you in day-to-day life. It's kind of a safety net. You mentioned a car crash. You get in a car crash, now you're just in a metal cocoon. You're alive, but you're stuck.
And in pain.
It hurts. You outlive all your loved ones. You outlive any kids. That's a horrible, horrible thing to wish on a child.
All right, now let's remind the players behind you can chime in if they want to help on this debate. If anybody has any
Tag
thoughts,
in.
go
Tag
ahead.
in.
Ostensibly, you wouldn't actually be outliving your parents because your parents would have the same ability, right? Because you're passing it down.
Same with your children.
Yeah.
From what I heard, is basically you want to excuse how to beat your child without getting in trouble. And then secondly, your child's going to be reckless. They're not going to have a fear of death. They're going to be able to just heal from every injury that they have and not really care. With the ability of teleportation through portals, they still have the ability to learn from their mistakes. They'll learn from their injuries. They'll learn from their mistakes. They will be disciplined. Absolutely, it's just fine. But they can also, as he was stating, in time future, they'll be able to not have to worry about transportation, not have to worry about, let's go to France and travel. That's expenses they don't have to worry about. Going to college and staying at home and going back to college, that saves money. And where's that money coming from? That's coming from the parents' pocket.
It's wonderful to think that way for a child to be an adult and what the adult child's going to grow up and do. But can you imagine? Okay, now in the Wolverine healing ability factor, you're 13 years old. You discover that you can heal from any injury, but it still hurts, which means you're still going to be avoiding the pain. However, with a child that can teleport at will once they turn about 12, 13, because it hits around puberty, can you imagine being in middle school with the ability to just teleport out of school at any time, or to teleport into or out of your bedroom and into somebody else's bedroom, or to do any number of absolutely incredibly indecent and inappropriate things because you're 13 and it's fun, hooray. And not to mention, you don't know enough about math or physics or geography yet, so you could teleport literally into the space between two buildings and be cut in half, something like that, and it would be very, very dangerous.
You see right through it. Yeah. You don't end up magically somewhere else.
Okay, all right, so...
All right, I'm hearing a lot of negatives in the portals of it's going to cause a lot of trouble. The kids are going to do a lot of things they shouldn't do. But I haven't heard as much about why the healing is bad because you're just going to be stuck in a car crash. but you're not going to be dead. So give me more negatives as to why what's
You're also not going to be stuck in a car crash.
Let's also look at Logan, one of the least well-adjusted members of X-Men in general. Like, if you look at him and say, oh my God, I want my child to grow up like that, you probably shouldn't have children.
But we're only taking the healing factor. We're
yeah,
not
the healing
taking
factor,
any
which
of
means
his
that you live
personality.
forever, and everyone around you outside of your family dies.
He doesn't live forever.
How long does
he doesn't live forever.
He outlives his parents.
Spoiler alert.
He outlives his
Yes,
parents.
okay.
Let's not get in the weeds in that. He lives a long enough time.
Yes, but
more
his
than
parents
most
also
humans.
didn't have.
Well, even so, if presuming that you pass down the genetics that give you that.
I don't like that we presumed it goes from your parents. That's not.
Okay.
And maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Wolverine's parents didn't necessarily.
Yeah.
He was cloned, so who knows?
And
But
for
let's
me-
not assume that. But keep going, Glenn. Go.
One of the benefits of having portals, I've seen families destroy one another on long car rides, on plane trips. Fucking look at Macaulay Culkin. Look at him now.
Got lost in New York
He
and
got
in
lost,
Chicago.
and look at what he does now. Cocaine and I don't know.
Bunny ears.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know about the cocaine, but I know he has bunny ears.
He definitely does cocaine.
I mean, if
but-
you look
I
at
didn't
him,
wanna say
that
that.
is what happens when you lose a child. If you had portals, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
No.
I mean, just duct tape them to you, you're good.
What?
Just say, come on, Billy or Mandy, whatever you want to call them, let's go to Europe. You don't even have to plan. It's a weekend trip. A little, and you're gone.
I mean,
Alright,
are
so the
we
easy-
certain that the portals can actually even reach that far?
Well, easy-
especially when you're like 13 or anything. You really don't
know.
have as many or as
If
much
I had a 12-year-old, I'd be
control.
doing that every single day.
As much-
Let's work this shit out.
Also, you mentioned drugs. I mean, with the healing factor, drugs would never really be a factor because they never would really actually feel any benefits from it.
Oh, yeah, because they wouldn't keep trying.
After a while of trying to do something and having it not work, usually that defeats the purpose.
So you're saying they'll never do
My health
drugs
record says
with their
otherwise.
forever
If it
healing?
does,
They're never gonna be. Yeah, they're never gonna be.
Hey,
on
Lynn.
And it's not like they
what
could
about
OD
the
anyway.
They would
fun-
certainly do
What
it.
about the fun of experimenting? Okay, they have a little weed here or there. I think you're holding some alcohol right now. I mean, if that's water,
Cheers.
What's the fun?
But the fact that like
Let the
your
kids live a
kid-
little bit.
Okay,
Yes,
again, we're trying to figure out what factor we want to pass down to our kids.
Yeah, the
I
fact
don't
that
want my kid to be like anywhere at any time.
Go ahead, Peter.
I mean, the fact that the kids will never be able to get high or get drunk is actually a benefit because now we'll never have alcoholics, right? There's no way to pass that gene
I want
on
them
into the
to,
future.
I want them to live a long, fun, fulfilling life, not an endless toil through everyone you've ever known dying, all the tragedy. There's no way to fake any IDs. The government's eventually going to ask about the 130-year-old.
He's got to file tax.
All right, so here, because I want your closing arguments, because I've gotten a little bit more of where you are. The discipline is a negative to the portaling. You can't really tell where they're going to go, but they now have hit you back pretty hard of the healing and not dying can be a negative because you're going to outlive everybody. There are negatives that come with that sort of pressure of watching everyone you love die and all those things. So I need aside from those issues, I need one more closing from either of you. This could get you the point. Why am I choosing your power of the other to give my child?
Okay.
This is a safe way that you can learn, have any situation. It has other applications. You can get stuff done. Yours is like a really fancy health insurance plan.
And it's cheap.
All right, final thought.
Okay, so like I said, it's very cheap. Health insurance is very expensive these days. Okay, I don't want to
true.
be paying hospital bills. Not only that, but as far as portals go, like I said, I don't want my kid going anywhere at any time. It makes me really, like, as a person with anxiety, that would just, like, have me skyrocket. All right, I would be freaking out at every second.
Plus, a good parent cares about the welfare of their children. And if your child doesn't have welfare as a potential problem, well, that takes away a whole lot of grief.
Also, as far as the watching your loved ones die, this is probably a terrible thing to say, but eventually the child's going to get numb to it, and it's not going to actually bother them. It's not going to bother them.
Okay.
At a certain point, it's not going to. It's still, you know, it's not going
I
to
want
bother
to try
them.
one more trump card, just because are we all talking about hypothetical kids here? How many people right here actually
Oh, don't
have
listen.
Don't put it.
actually have
No.
kids?
Boo. Which is why we're trying to convince him why healing would work.
What do
I
give my
have dogs. Sorry.
But you can all guess what you'd give to your kids. Everyone, yeah, exactly. Everyone cares about someone unconditionally.
I've helped with raising my little sister. She's 14 years younger than me. You know, it does.
I don't want my dogs to have portal technology. I can tell you that for free.
All right, time. This is rough because I see the benefits of both, but here's where I got stuck. It really comes down to fun and safety, and your line really helped you. It's a really cheap insurance program is really what you are pitching me. It's basically, but then where you, as a parent, where you did like. You literally said, I don't want my kid to go anywhere, anytime. Like, it's almost too controlling of a parent, and I didn't see enough fun stuff out of the healing. Like, you could have given me, like, a Groundhog Day scenario. Like, yeah, you could jump off buildings and die, and no one would ever die.
Why would you want your kid to
with his, I feel like the kid can live a normal life. They can take you awesome vacations. They can do a lot of stuff. It's going to be safer if they learn how to use the power. You can go with them. So while I just felt like too much protection, a little bit more fun, and still a little safe. I got to give Kyle the first point. Yes! But very good effort. Very good effort, and we're still in this. Bravo job on your round one. It's time for round two. Which comic book should HBO adapt next?
I'm going to go with Saga.
Okay. Peter, what did you choose?
I'm doing Kieran Gillen's The Wicked and Divine.
Wicked and Divine.